They get paid a lot. I did that out.
Mrs. Dubai, Kelly Marie Hodgkins, multi-business owner and business mentor.
Deciding in the last 5 years to deal with this trauma and deal with the childhood traumas and the traumas that I brought into adult age, and just having my own children now is just when I decided to kind of deal with everything and get therapy.
It sounds really scary. Is it as scary as it sounds?
Yeah. It's terrifying. If there's a mistake out there when it comes to business, I've probably made it.
Talk to me about the entourage. Who's in the entourage?
I'm not telling you.
So it's like bongos bingo, but
it's
not
absolutely
for...
fucking not. It could be the most incredible business platform, but the people are dicks. So that's never going to work.
I needed to find several £1 million in a week, or the whole thing was fucked. Tell me about a time you cried.
Yesterday. It used to be so exclusive to be in Dubai. Like, oh, you live in Dubai. It's quite elite, and you know, it's hard. It's not that easy to obtain. And now everyone can do it. And it's like, oh, I don't want it anymore. We'll leave it in there, but if it's not quite the time, then we'll take it out. Define hard. I like hard. Like, if someone's like, this is going to be really hard, I'm like, let's do it.
Welcome to the show where we talk to successful people about the bits you don't see. Today, we're talking to Mrs. Dubai, Kelly Marie Hodgkins, multi-business owner and business mentor. Kelly, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming along. So tell me a little bit about your story.
Story as in business or
whatever
general?
you want to start.
I mean, the story I usually tell is I was adopted at a very young age. From the age of 3 years old, I was in foster care back and forth till I was adopted by an amazing family at the age of about 4.5. Grew up in Essex. Moved to Scotland when I was 19.
Right.
Stayed there for 8 years and then moved to Dubai.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Right. Where did I start? So let's go right back to the start. Foster care. Talk to me about that.
I mean, obviously at the time I didn't know any different. So, you know, I got through it. But now looking back at different things that have happened, different triggers and the traumas that I went through, and I've spoken about this quite a lot, like just deciding in the last 5 years to deal with this trauma and deal with the childhood traumas and the traumas that I brought into adult age, and just having my own children now is just when I decided to kind of deal with everything and get therapy and stuff, because before that I was fine.
Right. Okay. So on the kind of trauma thing, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but for myself, right, I've never had any like kind of big traumas, no foster, none of that sort of...
Lucky you.
Yeah, none of the traditional stuff, but we all have our own trauma, right? And I'm kind of at the stage of considering trying to like go about fixing it. So what do I do?
So I spoke to a childhood trauma professional. So to go back to where it kind of stems from. So you have to go right to the root and to the cause of where it started. And even now, like I did something not so long ago, which to deal with like the fear of public speaking to like big crowds and stuff, because I had this trauma that was holding me back in my career and things like that. And the root cause was from when I was 1 year old. And I did some, what's it called? Hypnotherapy.
Right.
To find out the cause, and that's what came up. So just finding kind of what you think might be the problem and finding a specialist in that subject, sitting with them, and don't just go to one person, don't go to a few, because I feel like different people deal with things differently and you can kind of connect better to certain people.
It sounds really scary. Is it as scary as it sounds?
It's terrifying. Like, and things that come up that you didn't think that you needed to heal from. It is scary, but it's 100% worth doing. Yeah.
Right. So do you think that that's fueled you, all the stuff that you've had in your past fueled you to kind of go into the successes you've got now?
I think definitely it's turning all of this trauma and all this pain into a purpose. And it's definitely given me kind of like the motivation not to be anything like, say, my birth mother or have that life that I could have had. I definitely feel like I was given a second chance in life, and that's kind of helped me or driven me to be more successful, for sure.
So fast forward then, what do you do? What are your businesses? Because you've got loads. Talk to me about what you've got.
I mean, 4 kids. So firstly, I'm a mother, which is the most toughest job of all. I'm a business partner in Gym Clothing Co. And I am a business mentor. I've got a modelling and events company. I am one half of a podcast. And I have KMH Dubai, which is, we basically do business retreats, networking events, women empowerment events. We have Bling Bingo, which is another big event that we do here. And is that everything?
That's what I'm like when I'm
everything.
talking about my businesses as well. It's like, is that all of them?
I meet someone and they're like, what do you do? And I'm like,
Everything.
Look at my Instagram.
What's the main one?
I think they're all pretty on par, to be honest. I think the modelling and events was the first one that I started 16 years ago here. And that kind of ticks along in the background nicely. But I think my main focus at the moment is probably the business mentor. Mm-hmm. The business mentor stuff. I'm also an ambassador for a lot of brands, and I do a lot of collabs and stuff with other brands.
So what is the mentorship stuff like? I need some help. What are you doing?
So you can come to me with a business idea. You can come to me halfway through your business. You're stuck in a rut. You need a kick up the arse. You need some guidance. If there's a mistake out there when it comes to business, I've probably made it. Mm-hmm. So I think after 17 years of being here, setting up businesses, having the failures, the successes, I'm probably the best person to sit down with and be able to help you start or, gain your momentum back or find your mojo.
So you started your business, the first one, when you first came here 16 years ago.
I was working for another company for a year and then I set up on my own.
Dubai's changed a lot in the last 16 years. What's it like kind of then versus now?
What's changed? I mean, so much has changed. I think the good things that have changed are, it was always an incredible place to start a business, but I feel like the women empowerment and the women in business is really supported here. And I think not even just for women, I think for anyone that has the mindset of, I'm going to come here, I'm going to hustle, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to keep my head down. They do help you. It's a much easier place to start a business and build a career here than I would say anywhere else.
I think that everyone's a lot more like understanding as well. Like I always feel when I talk about my business at home, like very few people actually get it because most of them are in a job and
and it scares them.
Yeah.
Like if you talk about something that, God forbid you stepped out of your comfort zone and did something, it scares most people and their mindsets and they're like, oh no, and they're so negative about things. But here people are all on the same path, they all want to help each other and there's enough to go round. So people aren't like, oh no, I don't want to tell you that because, you might do something then. But there's enough to go around for everyone. And I think that's the difference here from the UK or Scotland. It's people's mindsets.
Yeah. UK is Scotland. Scotland is UK.
UK
Geography lesson. So something that I find is I almost don't want to talk about stuff at home because I'm worried that people will kind of laugh at it, like, oh, haha, you're never going to do that. Whereas here, it's almost the other way, that they'll laugh because they're like, is that all you're going to do? Yeah, exactly. So it's such a good environment and it does really push you on, I think.
Yeah.
So how do you think that's impacted your business as a whole? Do you think it's enabled you to kind of push on and do a lot
even
more?
On the car way here, we were like talking about starting a new business and just came to me like while I was having my breakfast. And I think here, like the sky's the limit. I think your businesses can blossom and grow. And I think here it's my entrepreneurial mentality is that you should just never have one stream of income. You should have multiple. Because if something goes wrong or if there's another crash and, that doesn't work, you've got other things to go on. So I think here that it's a huge factor to be able to do all of these things.
Yeah. You've got kids. I'm potentially considering my girlfriend's a bit further ahead than me, but almost at the kind of kid stage. How does that impact work?
It's expensive. Honestly, it's very expensive. No, I think... it just gives you more of a reason to do stuff. I think having kids, it just gives you more of a why. Like I'm doing this for them, or I want to show them and give them an example of this is what it looks like to be a hardworking parent. I think you just have to juggle your time very well. You have to be very precise and in your planning and your prepreration and your priorities.
So talk to me more about that. If I'm kind of at the stage of considering starting kids,
starting kids.
Start having
It's not
kids.
a business.
Starting kids, yes, exactly. That's my problem. Should I start doing it? Should I consider doing it?
There's never a right time to have a child. Honestly, I think if the younger you are, probably the best, go for it. Just do it because there's never a right time. You're always going to be able to work. A kid's not a hindrance. It doesn't hinder anything. If you're both working and you're both thriving, and we're very lucky, obviously, living here that we have help. But no, I would say do it.
I think that help thing's probably a big factor in everything, really. I guess, you said women are kind of a bit more pushed into doing business here and kind of being more successful. And probably traditionally at home, women will do the kind of cooking and cleaning. I know that's very like old school cliche, but it is probably generally quite traditional at home. Whereas here, you've got help to be able to do everything. Do you think that allows women to be able to do more with their businesses and with their life?
No, 100%. I don't think I could do half what I do if I didn't have the help that I have at home. We have a whole entourage of help. So I think it is, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. I think if you want to have a business and be a mother, like you can do both. I'm a huge believer in that you can balance. There's definitely a work-life balance, but you can do it all because we have help.
Talk to me about the entourage. Who's in the entourage?
I'm not telling you.
We've got a maid. Comes every day. But yeah,
I've got 4.
Yeah, I don't have an entourage. We've
one
got
for
one.
each kid.
We definitely don't have that. But like, I'd struggle without it. Like, see when I go home, I'm like, I don't know what to do with like my clothes. I don't know what to do with like dealing with stuff. To be fair, I've never done the washing, but I cook. I do cook. Do you think you would ever go home?
No.
Never?
No.
Do you think you'll stay here forever?
But possibly. I mean, I've got no plans to leave at the moment. It's been an amazing place to live, to bring up children. I don't think I would have had children if I didn't live here. Definitely wouldn't have had them in the UK.
Yeah. Why? Just for like crime?
Just
for
safety,
like
I just think it's an awful place to have children.
I've got friends that are moving out here that it's the exact same thing. They,
Yeah.
they kind of said that it would be selfish to not move out here for the kids.
Yeah. Especially now, how it all
It's getting
is
so much worse,
horrendous.
isn't it? I feel like I'm having this recurring theme every episode that I have. So anyone that listens to them all, I know we talk about this a lot, but the UK is just such a mess just now, isn't it?
Sad. It's so sad.
And I've got, like, the majority of my businesses are still in the UK. So despite living here, I can run everything from home.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to anymore.
No.
Like, it's just going so badly
Yeah.
downhill. Right, talk to me a bit more about the businesses then. So Dubai Hostesses, what is happening on a standard week? What sort of things do you do?
So what have we got this week? So we do lots of trade shows. So if you come over from anywhere in the world and you've got an exhibition and you need hostesses to man your stand or help sell your products, we provide staffing. We create events from A to Z. So if you're we're doing 3 open houses this week. So we do the guest list, we'll do the catering, we do the food, the drinks, the entertainment, everything. What else are we doing this week? Loads of different things. We do fashion shows, we do photo shoots, we do Formula 1. We have loads of hostesses, models, male, female, kids.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right, okay, next, Gym Clothing Company. So I got introduced to you through Jamie, who was your business partner, and he's not there anymore.
No.
Talk to me about what's going on in Gym Clothing
Gym
Company.
Clothing, they asked me to be an ambassador actually to start with. So I used to promote the brand and love the brand, and then was chatting to Max and Jamie, and they needed an investor. So I decided to become one of 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's an incredible brand. It's obviously homegrown. It's affordable. It's luxury. The fit's incredible. And we're just launching a new women's range as we speak.
Nice. The Gym Clothing Company's worn in my gym, I think, Boxica.
Yeah.
They've got like a kind of co-brand thing going on, do they?
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of that?
We do, yeah. We're in Revive Pilates Studio. We're in Boxica. We do a lot of teamwear now as well. So most of the football academies, they use us for their sportswear, for all their kits.
Talk to me about your podcast. So what's going on there?
So Muses and Mimosas is the podcast. It's with me and my friend Elaine. It's not the traditional like take me back to when you were a kid and what do you know. It's more like we have the set questions. It's a very fun. We do quick fire rounds. We do this or that rounds. We've actually done mostly celebrities, funny enough, since we started. It just happened that way. It's a 20-minute episode.
So it's quick.
It's very quick. And we film all one season in one day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what, do you get everyone together all
pretty much like in and out. It's like
right. So it's not like, you're all coming together. It's
no,
like...
one in, one out. And we're very regimented. And it's very fabulous.
How many have you done?
We've done season 2, so we're about to air season 3.
Who's the best guest you've had?
Oh, good question. I can't say they're all fabulous.
Who's the worst guest you've had? Definitely can't say.
Can't say, they're all fabulous.
How about Bling Bingo? What's that?
So Bling Bingo is something I started. I love bingo and love a bit of bling and I love R&B. So I put all three elements together and basically you have a bingo card and it's all R&B songs. And whenever you hear your song, you dab it out. And then if you win, you win something like diamond earrings or like a Chanel product or something that's quite bling.
So it's like Bongo's bingo, but
It's
not
absolutely
for...
fucking not.
but not for scumbags. Is where I was going.
Yeah, a little bit like that. So yeah, we've had 2 events so far in the Players Lounge. So you get like food packages, drinks, and it's 3 hours of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, but classy fun.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Until the end, at least.
Yeah, until the end, and then we cut, and no one sees what goes on.
I'm almost scared to ask, what else have you got going on?
We do KMH retreats. So
Right.
we do quite a few business retreats. We've done the Maldives, we've done Zanzibar, we've done Thailand. Where else have we done? What have we done somewhere else? We've got one in September, October coming up. It's in Spain.
Yeah.
So we do business retreats, wellness retreats, and big networking events. So business networking events. We do muses and mimosas networking events as well. Just bringing people together and connecting people.
Is that retreat thing like a crossover networking wellness, or are they different things?
Probably different things. Yeah, we've done more of a business retreat. We've done more of a wellness retreat, and we kind of will combine both at the next one.
Nice. What's next?
What is next? I'm actually launching a couple of new brands under my umbrella. Mrs. Dubai being one of them, because I get paid a lot. I get paid a lot. I did that out. I get asked a lot to do collaborations with different brands, whether it's a property brand or a food brand. So I've decided to create Mrs. Dubai, where I will be doing like tried and tested reviews, more things like that.
So it's like you'll go out to try some food, you'll go out to like different places like
Yeah, because I get asked a lot to do all these things, and I think to build a brand around it. Like my personal brand has been very organic. It wasn't like I woke up and I'm decided to build everything around my name or my brand, but it just happened very organic, and yeah, everything else on the back of it's kind of happened naturally.
You're like a OG in Dubai if you've been here
OG.
since 16 years ago, 17 years ago.
Yeah.
What's your proudest moment? Let's take kids out of the equation, because I'm sure you'll say kids. Beyond that, what's your proudest moment or proudest thing?
Proudest moment, I think overcoming my fear of public speaking. I think that for me, like going and speaking in front of like thousands of people and being able to kind of identify that was holding me back and dealing with it and overcoming that, I think that was pretty big for me.
How does that cross over, right? With like, because you're very kind of public in general, you're out speaking to people, you've always got stuff going on.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you've got a fear of public speaking that you've only just fixed that recently, have you?
Yeah.
So how did they interact?
I mean, I did it. I just I would have to have like 3 drinks before, and I'd be sweating. It would just be awful. And I got to the point where I wanted to enjoy it. I wanted to be able to relax and just enjoy it. And I was like, I need to fix this. So yeah, I didn't not do it. Just fucking hated it.
So I'm like, I do sometimes have that kind of fear before I'll start to speak, but then when I start to speak, it's fine. Were you like that, or was it like right through?
No,
like,
throughout I couldn't remember anything I said. Like I'd finish and literally just be like exhausted. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah, mine isn't that bad. Definitely not. Is it the number one thing that people are the most scared of?
Yeah.
Public speaking and whatever.
And it's funny because we do so many events now, and I say to everyone, like, just, introduce yourself or your business, and the amount of people are like, I'm just not ready. And it's like, yeah, that was me.
Yeah. Well done.
At school.
At school.
Remember when they'd be like, right, if you go around and just say your name and where you come from, you'd be like, it's going to get to me now.
I was a bit like that at school, to be fair.
Yeah.
I've kind of just got over it. But,
yeah, I got over that. It was the public speaking thing.
Yeah, fair. Well done. Right, talk to me about some of the challenges.
Challenges. Sylvia, what do I find challenging in my work?
Everyone's always like, oh yeah, nothing phases me. I'm the same. I always forget about my problems, right?
I think you deal with challenges every day, right? And you just get through them.
That's it.
I think with every challenge that I've ever faced, it's like I can sit at home and cry or like beat myself up or have a whinge, or I could fucking just fix it and do something about it. So I think I'm a fixer.
Yeah. So I'd said this, and I'd recorded an episode myself a couple of weeks ago, and everyone that I spoke to is the exact same. It's like we all probably face bigger challenges than everyone else, but we just deal with them. It's just like, as you say, a fixer. Like one of my biggest things is problem solving.
Yeah.
And right now, I actually don't really have any problems to solve. I'm like, what the fuck do I do with myself?
Yeah.
Like I actually don't know what to do with myself when I don't have anything going wrong.
Yeah.
And it almost is the worst I've felt because I don't have anything to fix.
Okay. I mean, it's a good place to be.
It doesn't feel like it.
No, okay. No, I think it's a great place to be.
Yeah. No, like, don't get me wrong, it probably is, but
I think probably the type of people you interview, you're right. We just get on with it.
I had the guy that won High Rocks Pro in Sharjah recently, and then again in
what's his name?
Michael Logue. He owns
Soul DXB the Den.
No, different people. I've had both of them on. So Michael Soul and Michael Logue. Michael Logue owns Athlete, Michael Soul owns the Den. Michael Logue, I was like, what, challenges you face? He's like, oh, nothing. And like I was struggling so much to get anything on the kind of challenging side because he's just like, oh yeah, whatever. He ran a 5K in 16 and a half minutes.
Wow.
I was like, that's crazy. He's like, I'm going for under 16. Like, it wasn't even like, yeah, I know that's good. He was just like, I want under 16.
I want better.
Yeah, and he's like, to be honest, the best people in the world do 12, so 16 is not even good. And that's the kind of mentality I think that it kind of portrays him probably worse than others, but I think we're probably all
I think if
like
you
that.
don't have challenges and you don't have like things to solve, then you don't grow. Like these things are there to test us and to help us grow, and we just learn from them, right? I don't think we see them so much as challenges, but we see them more as like lessons and things to learn from.
100%. So we've already kind of spoke about the family and the businesses and stuff like that. How do you manage to keep yourself fit and healthy whilst having all of those things?
I think for me, that's a non-negotiable. Like I will work out 3 to 6 times a week. Like it's a non-negotiable. It's the only like hour or two that I have to myself where I can fully switch off and I don't have to worry about anything else, work, kids, anything. So for me, to keep my mind as well healthy and sharp, like that, for me, that's a non-negotiable.
I'm the same when I'm here. I really struggle when I'm traveling. Are you the same, or
I don't tend to train when I travel. Like when I'm traveling, whether it's for work or pleasure, like I'm there for that.
Yeah.
And then I like to be back here in my routine and doing that. I don't put that pressure on myself when I'm not here.
So I'm the same when I travel for pleasure, but when it's for work, because I'll sometimes need to go back to the UK for a month. I've got a big project at the NEC in Birmingham. You know the NEC in Birmingham? Yeah. So I'm doing a glamping site literally at the front door of it.
Wow.
And so I'll sometimes need to go back for like 2-3 weeks, meet people, whatever. And like, as you say, I'm nowhere near as switched on when I'm not going to the gym.
Yeah.
But I'm like stuck in a hotel and the gym shit and it's cold, it's raining. And I just really struggle to get myself going.
I would say get a trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you know you're going to be back somewhere, get a trainer, someone that holds you accountable. Because I would be like, oh, I'll get up at 6 a.m.
So I'm good at getting up, but it's just actually going to the gym, especially when the gym's shit, because they're not good either.
Get someone to hold you accountable. Either train with someone or like a buddy or get a PT.
Yeah, fair. Okay, so yeah, Mrs. Dubai, the life kind of looks perfect. What else maybe isn't perfect in your life?
Nothing. I was going to say my skin, but my skin's all right today. No, I think everything else is pretty rosy.
Good, well done. Is it hard work keeping up the kind of everything going great? And the kind of
no, because it's not a facade. It's not like I'm not like plastering a smile on and being like, "Hi guys," like this is me. Like I'm a happy, positive person. I'm definitely not negative in any way. Like if there's anything that's kind of, I'll have an hour, I'll have 5 minutes, I'll slap myself and I'll move on. But it's not. I don't have to pretend to be something that I'm not. Like my life's pretty damn perfect.
It's kind of the choose your hard thing, right? Because you've chosen your hard to do everything really well, whereas other people's hard is not doing things well and in the consequences of not doing things well. What about business challenges? Talk to me about some of them. You must have had some of them in your time.
I do, but I think again the only massive business challenge I've had is probably when you invest in something is finding the right people to invest in. You've invested in a business because the business is great, but the people are not so great, and it's like do your research when it comes to like, could be the most incredible business platform, but the people are dicks. So that's never going to work.
Yeah.
So I think it's do your research when it comes to investing in people or accepting investment. Most people take investment because it's like they see the money, not who's investing in them. And that's really important.
So I had that exact same scenario on the flip side, receiving investment recently. So my project at the NEC, I had an investor. It was great. He'd hosted the G7 summit in 2021. So like great kind of caliber of person. I was like, this is fantastic. And he said when we made the deal, he's like, look, I'm going to be slow. And we kind of took that as like, oh yeah, like I'm sure it'll be fine type thing. 9 months later, after 3 months of negotiations, we kind of got to a point that it was good. And then me telling NEC we're about to start building, it then went on for another 6 months to the point that I had to pull it. And I thought I was going to lose everything. And I basically got a plane back to the UK. This is only maybe 2 months ago. And I needed to find several £1 million in a week or the whole thing was fucked.
Yeah.
I managed to do it. We fixed it. We're now, yeah, exactly. Just like what we've been saying before. Fixed it. And we now open phase 1 in like a few weeks' time.
Amazing.
But yeah, exactly as you say, you've got to pick the right people. And that was, I guess, a red flag. You ignore the red flags when you're like, oh, this is great, we've done it. But when he said, I'm going to be slow, I should have said, how slow?
How slow? Yeah. Again, it's a learning curve, right? You know, you'll never make that mistake again. Yeah. Touch wood.
Oh, God, yeah. No, hopefully.
If you do, that's on you.
I don't see, I do think, like, did I bite off a bit more than I could chew with that project? Like, I've gone from £500,000.
But you've pulled it off.
But that's
it's going to be amazing.
It will be amazing. It'll be the best site in the UK. It's going to be the biggest. It will be the state of the art. But yeah, it has been hard work.
Yeah. If it wasn't, everyone would do it.
Very true. Very true. Tell me about a time you cried.
Yesterday.
What's the hardest thing you've ever done?
The hardest thing I've ever done, apart from that, I mean, define hard. I like hard. Like if someone's like, this is going to be really hard, I'm like, let's do it.
That's my problem too. I'm a bit like that too.
Yeah.
I think if it's not going to be hard, then I'm going to be bored.
Want to do it. Yeah.
Well, look at me just now. I'm saying I don't have a problem, and it's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
That I'm unhappy that I don't have any problems going on. Okay, what about...
You're struggling now, aren't you?
Well, no, yeah.
She's nothing's
you've not
hard.
cried, you've not...
She's not a crier.
Yeah. Right, this is one, I think.
Gosh.
This is one. Tell me something that you've always wanted that you've never got. Because people like us, we seem to get most of the things that we want.
Yeah.
What have you always wanted you've never got?
Peace.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love some peace right now. Peace is something.
In general, or just with the kind of period
just
that
in
you're
general,
now?
I think just peace. Like, give me fucking peace. Yeah.
Fair.
Peace.
Again, I'm the same though. Like I think I want peace, and then I've got the peace right
And
now,
then you're miserably
and I'm
bored.
sad about it.
Yeah.
I'm so sad about it. I was talking to ChatGPT this morning.
Do you know what it is? It's peace of mind. Like it's just peace in my head. It's peace. Like, not contentment's the wrong word either, because I'm pretty content. It's just, I just want just peace. I don't know how to explain that. ChatGPT would do a better job than me.
Yeah. Anything that we've missed? Like any bits that you don't see that we've missed, or any positives? Is there anything that we've kind of not touched on?
Is there anything that you think your listeners would want to know that people were too scared to ask?
Move to Dubai would be a good one. So, like, I feel like probably 50% of the UK population wants to move here.
Please don't. Fuck off.
Well,
The roads
a
are
lot
bad
of them have
enough.
already come, haven't they? What would you say to somebody that wants to move to Dubai?
It depends on your reasons. It depends on their reasons. Like if you want to come here and create a life for yourself and, you know, start a business and things like that, then do it. Like incredible. But if you're coming just to clutter up my roads and hang out in the Five Palm, stay where you are.
The quality of people moving here does seem to have dropped a bit, doesn't it? Like,
do you know what? It used to be so exclusive to be in Dubai.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you live in Dubai. It's quite elite. And, you know, it's hard. It's not that easy to obtain. And now everyone can do it. And it's like, well, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah, fair. How about starting businesses? So you've got loads going on and you're doing your mentoring thing. Let's say I'm in a job, 9 to 5, and I want to get from there to having a business. What do I do?
Stay in the job and start the business as a side hustle. Stay in the job until you've got enough money behind you to be able to leave the job, but don't leave a job when you're not sure of like where that side hustle is going to go, or if you don't have the investment or the money backing you to start that business?
I left my job with 1 month worth of bills in the business bank account. I mean, this is years ago. This is like 5 years ago. But I set up my first glamping site, and then I set up a consultancy to help people set up sites. And then, I had like enough to survive for a month. I was like, right, great, I'm just going to quit.
Yeah.
That was December 2019. And then February, March 2019, COVID came and the whole world shut down. I was like, oh my God. I had managed to get like another couple of months, but it was a really brutal period. Fortunately, with the industry that I went into, when nobody was travelling and going on holiday and stuff like that, we then skyrocketed because everyone wanted to set up glamping sites because everyone was in the UK for holidays and stuff like that.
Amazing.
So it actually helped us grow really quickly. We took on like 15 people in a year. And that's still my main business now.
Amazing.
But yeah, do not recommend quitting on with 1 month worth of salary.
Definitely not.
That is not very helpful. Right, where do people keep up to date with you?
My Instagram is Kelly Marie Hodgkin. My website is no, it's not, lied. My website is kmhdubai.com, and Facebook, Kelly Marie Hodgkin. And that's it. LinkedIn, Kelly Marie Hodgkin.
Kelly, it's been great. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. And thank you everyone for listening at home.